Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. This is a United Daily Live, a late night live tonight. Obviously, we had the other video for you guys earlier in terms of the Gazette on a Monday. So we're probably going to switch up United Daily Live to a later slot on a Monday to accommodate for the earlier upload of the Premier League Gazette. And you know, you want to get the thoughts on the newspapers in the morning. And then tonight, we can talk about stories like the one that popped up earlier, which is that Manchester United and Manchester City are keen on Dayot Upamecano, 21-year-old centre-half that plays for RB Leipzig at the moment. He is of French nationality, and he's been linked with a move to Manchester United and Manchester City. Now, a lot of Manchester United fans have wanted this fella for a long time. I see you guys commenting on a lot of videos saying, I want Dayot Upamecano at Manchester United. So we're going to be discussing this story here today on AdamMcKola TV, on United Daily Live. We're also going to be looking at more Grealish chat, more Sancho chat, more Spurs and Harry Kane chat, and plenty more stuff as well. So keep your thoughts, your comments, and everything else coming in here on AdamMcKola TV. We got Rec Fletcher, Ilya, Sam, Tate. Who else is in the comments? Let me have a look here. It's a fair few of us. Ryan's there as well. Aidan Cooper's in the house as well, with his late night sleep schedule. And now usually this is at 12 p.m. and it's going to go back to that slot on Tuesday. So make sure you're joining us for that. But yeah, Dayot Upamecano has been linked with Manchester United now. He has a release clause of 52.5 million, so around 53 million pounds. His release clause is. So it makes it easier for a club to get him. You see a lot of RB Leipzig players have release clauses in their contract. And the Sky Sports article is based off a report coming from Sky Germany. And it said Man United and Man City are both interested in signing RB Leipzig centre-back Dayot Upamecano. The 21-year-old France youth international has emerged as one of the best upcoming defenders in Europe and is said to be on the lists of both Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Pep Guardiola. City, in fact, are hoping to sign two new centre-backs. We've seen they've had two. They've had huge issues at centre-half this season. Probably the position that's cost them the league title the most. Well, at the moment, they're still champions, but you know what I mean. They go on to say City didn't use the January market to sign a player, but looked at various other options. And United, obviously, could be selling Smalling, Jones, Marcus Rojo could be being sold. We're being linked with the likes of Kalidou Koulibaly, and now we're being linked with him. And that comes from Sky Germany. Bayern Munich and a few clubs in Spain are also interested in him. And it says talks are at a very early stage and interest is not yet concrete. However, especially due to the ongoing financial uncertainty in the game caused by the coronavirus pandemic, RB Leipzig are not amongst the clubs currently struggling for cash. But what is interesting is that he is about to enter the final year of his Leipzig contract and has a release clause of 52.5 million. That could be put his valuation closer to those of Ake and other highly rated centre-backs in England, such as Tarkowski and Lewis Dunk. The rest of what they go on to say is, you know, just usual stuff. But that's what we're looking at. His contract's coming to a close very, very soon. And also, he has a release clause, £52.5 million. Will RB Leipzig look to cash in on that? And will the clubs that are supposedly interested, United, City, Bayern Munich, those Spanish clubs, will they look to activate that clause in his contract? Obviously, a long way to go. The summer or the transfer window, whenever that's going to be, it might not even be in the summer. It might be in the winter for all we know. But whenever the transfer window is, obviously, it'll heat up a lot more then. But between now and then, who knows what's going to happen? Because clubs could also use this uncertainty to get players signed down to new deals on a cheaper wage, because players will think, actually, maybe I need to getting a contract secured now while the game is all up in the air, and who knows what kind of money is going to be throwing about in a year or so. Maybe getting a contract now from a club with a wage at this time is better than having nothing. So there are some clubs that could use this to get players to sign new deals. But also, you're going to be seeing clubs exploiting the transfer market. And we heard Ole Gunnar Solskjaer discussing that as well in his interview with Gary Neville. It was obviously, that word exploit wasn't initially used by him, although he used it in his answer. Mikey Smith's in the comments saying sign him up. Gaz says he's very similar to Bailly, but not as quick. Darcy says Upamecano would be a great get. £52 million is a bargain for a young world-class centre-half. Rec fields were thrown in to inflate the price, although obviously with it being a release clause, I don't think the price has really been inflated much by that. It's just his release clause. Upamecano would be, yeah, sorry, I read that one. Not on Bay's birthday, bro. Let man enjoy his day. Is it Bay's birthday today? Oh my God, it should be a national holiday, Eric Bay's birthday. What a man. What a man. In my opinion, I want Eric Bailly to be our number 1 or number 2 centre-half and be playing week in, week out. Hopefully his injuries are behind him and he can get some regular football under his belt, because if he does that, I believe he's one of the best centre-halves in the Premier League. But he's got to show it on a regular basis. We saw in his first season just how good he can be. We've seen in glimpses just how good he can be. Fingers crossed he can come back in and do the job for Man United and stay fit as well. We got Cress Welsing, who's back in the comments as well, saying, I'd rather RB Leipzig's right winger Sabitzer. We don't need another centre-back. Of course, if we did sign a centre-back, you'd like to think it'd probably be on the proviso that one centre, 1, 2, 3, maybe are leaving. We've got Smalling, we've got Jones, and we've got Rojo, who could be potentially on a permanent move in the summer, or again, whenever that transfer window is, because we keep saying in the summer, but we don't actually know if it's going to be then. I just want to shout out the account Football with Rishi, who is our latest member on AdamMcKola TV. So thank you very much for him, for joining us. He's joined the Discord forum as well, and I'll be uploading the new premium video tomorrow. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that if you're already a member. And thank you to those that have joined AdamMcKola TV. We're going to keep things rolling on here on AdamMcKola TV. United Daily Live is back at the usual slot of 12 p.m. On Tuesday, and then that's UK time. And then later on in the day, we've got Rumour Rater, where we're looking at a striker special with all the talk that's been going on. Thank you to Fitzroy and Kimberly for watching us. Faris says, I think we will be the best defence in the Europe and hopefully win the league. Do you think that if we get Upamecano or with what we've currently got? I haven't seen any of the other comments. If you have posted anything, PKC always tunes into your show, bro. Nice one. Thank you very much. It is a national holiday, bank holiday Monday. It's Bailey holiday Monday is what we're going for right here. Darcy says, I love Bailey. He's a brilliant talent. I rate him highly, but he's made of glass. He's always injured. Always. Could it be another case of like what we saw with Louis Saha? I was a massive fan of Louis Saha. I thought he was an incredible talent, a great goal scorer, a fantastic striker. And injuries just absolutely blew his Manchester United career. I actually thought, I know you can say Ronaldo and Tevez and all that, but that's a front three. But I actually thought when Rooney played in a front two, Louis Saha was his best partner. And that's with him having played with the likes of Van Nistelrooy and all those kind of players. So for me, I thought Louis Saha was a massive talent, but we never got to see it because of his injuries. And now we're looking at, potentially the same thing with Eric Bailly, but hopefully he can get football under his belt. Inner Soul Music says, why is this football you talk of? And Glenn Fletcher says he agrees with us on Eric Bailly. I was about to say Gareth Bailly. I don't know why I was going to say Gareth Bailly. I wonder if he's got a Gareth in his family. He's got an Eric. I wonder if he's got a Gareth. I think he'll go to Arsenal. Upamecano, says Ilya. He has been linked with Arsenal as well. But the article that was on Sky Sports does mention Manchester United and Manchester City. Let's see what other news is out there at the moment. We'll have a little butchers for everyone. See what's happening online at the minute and what the talk is at the moment of these Manchester United news. Mata likens Herrera. Likens Herrera to Fernandes and says he misses his ex-teammate. Oh, I miss Herrera as well. Herrera would be good at the moment. A midfield of Herrera, Pogba and Bruno. Oof, that'd be good. That'd be good, that. Manchester clubs join the race to sign Arsenal's Bundesliga target. That's, again, Upamecano. Manchester United are set to hold safe standing trials when at Old Trafford when the Premier League returns. Now that's great news if that happens, because it'd be a step closer obviously to safe standing at Old Trafford, and I think that's something that should be happening. Everton joined Manchester United in pursuit of James Rodriguez is another story. Yeah, that one looks to be a little bit desperate. What else is going on? Not a lot really. Thomas Partey's been linked with us again, but nothing more concrete or significant in terms of whether Manchester United are going to be signing him or not. Regatali's just joined us. Demas has just joined us. Sam Ingram's in the house as well. Riff's in the house as Gareth Bailey because they're always both injured. Fair Mods is back in the house and ZOT is here. You're not too late. We're about 10 minutes into the show and we're looking at the Sky News report that Manchester United and Manchester City are keen on Dayot Upamecano. He has a £52.5 million release clause. His contract expires in the next 12 months. And it's not only the Manchester clubs which have been linked with him. We've also seen Bayern Munich and some Spanish clubs linked with him as well. So there'd be competition for his signature. But you could see, imagine if you got 20-25 million for Chris Smalling, 10 million for Phil Jones, 10 million for Marcus Rojo. That's, let's say 15-20 million. Let's say you got 40 million on the low side. That's almost, the whole fee for Dayot Upamecano in terms of his release clause. So it would be a sensible buy and it would be fantastic in terms of recouping money and reinvesting that money. So yes, it would make sense. Is it realistic in terms of Eric Bailly's at the club? If he stays fit, you'd like to think he's going to stay fit. But if he stays fit, you've got him, Maguire, Lindelof, Twanzebe. Are we going to maybe see one of them leave and be in a shock? I can't imagine United getting rid of that many players in the next window. I mean, it's going to be a very strange window, isn't it? I don't think we'll see as big a fees as we have done recently. Aaron Day, Juta Rue's in the house. Darcy is back in the... Well, yeah, I've mentioned Darcy already. Benny says Gab Marcotti rates Upamecano over Koulibaly. Maybe pound for pound in terms of value for money. You could look at Upamecano, 21 years old. Still got it all to prove, but still got a lot more years in the tank. Koulibaly's turning 30 soon, so that's at the end of the road, but you'd probably have to spend upwards of £70 million on Koulibaly. So when you consider that, maybe Upamecano would be a more valuable signing. Stu says, remember when we used to feel sad about international breaks? I wish it was an international break. I wish we just had any football. Any football. What's the only football that's going on at the minute? The Belarusian league or something? Is that behind closed doors that's going on, or what's going on there? Aaron says, what's your thoughts on Herrera not getting games at PSG? Has he been injured a lot of the time? What's been the situation with him? Not too sure. You're being too optimistic with 10 million for Jones. I'm sure we could get one of the other Premier League clubs to give us 10 million for it. I'm sure we could. Like a Newcastle or someone. No to Koulibaly, says Ilya. We loaned 2 centre-backs out this season because we couldn't promise them game time, says ZOT, which is true. Or maybe because we just wanted to get them out of the club as well. Because they didn't have a future. I think with Smalling he was the best of the ones that weren't guaranteed game time. And with that being said, there was more people there looking to sign him. So he was the first one to go. Rojo obviously got his move. Phil Jones didn't get a move. Would he have liked to have got a move? You'd probably think so. Darday, sorry man. You living in Birmingham as well? Nice one, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well wherever you're living or wherever you're at right now. Desta says Dayot is the perfect player that United needs. If United get Sancho and Upamecano, I can take it as a great market for the season. I can't imagine as well we'd be doing much business, and you'd like to think if we got a, Sancho, Igalo signed permanently, an Upamecano or a Party, someone in that midfield or in the defence to fill another one of those slots, then you'd look at that as a massive window for United. We don't have to do wholesale, massive, bringing in 5-6 players, but we have to make the right signings in the key positions, that's for sure. Guys, get hitting that like button right about now. McKola's chat is the least toxic on the internet. Mate, we don't need toxicity. It brings views, it does all that stuff, but it's just negativity, you know what I mean? And we support Manchester United. Like, how negative can you be when you're a Manchester United fan? We've seen things people will never see. And yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, it's hard when we don't win. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, I'll occasionally have a fucking moan. But ultimately, we need to support the club, get behind them, and hope we do well. Can you see Alexis wearing the shirt again? I'll be honest, I can't. Fitzroy says we're building a hungry team. Building a hungry team is Ollie's priority right now. I would fill Igalo-esque type players in the squad any day of the week. Stoyan says, and kind of extending on from the point that I mentioned earlier, if we sign Upamecano, what does that say to the likes of Twanzebe? Benny Walsh thinks no Grealish if Pogba stays. Well, he says Brand Pogba stays. Adama Traore says Gaz Brown. I don't want Grealish. I see nothing in him, says Ilya. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Drew W's watching all the way from Toronto, Canada. Nice one, brother. Man just quoted Oasis on the United fan channel. We're allowed to do that. Oasis are great. Yes, Gunnar Kirk in the house. We got an Arsenal fan watching, but you don't mind for something to do. Mate, your team's also linked with Dayot Upamecano. And I think you've been linked with him for a longer time. What are your thoughts from an Arsenal fan's perspective on the links with him? Are you feeling confident about it? Do you think Arsenal will have no money to invest? Because I looked at it in the Premier League Gazette today where it said, you know, Arsenal are going to have to reduce players' wages and things like that. So what are your thoughts on that? We are lucky, aren't we, Tom? We are very lucky. I didn't live through relegation, Benny. You may have. I didn't. I saw the Villa game at Old Trafford. Grealish looked absolutely clash. Banged a right sitter into the top corner versus class player. I agree. Grealish is class. But if Pogba stays, I don't think we sign Grealish. I'd love us if we did. I think we can fit them both in the team. You need depth. You need depth. All the way from Calgary, Canada. Sounds like I'm announcing one of the Heart Foundation or something. And the year we came back up with the dot was fucking brilliant. That was in the 70s, right? Forgot that right. The Tiger King extra episode is garbage. It's just to catch up with people after the show. Well, oh man, I'm sad now. I wish you never told me that. I'm really sad now. I really am sad. Damn it. Thank God the shops are still open. Beer will still keep me going, says Gaz. I'm not Aaron, no. A lot of my friends are. I remember being a kid watching us win 3 in a row, thinking it would happen every year. Same. We did that twice as well. Twice. And both them teams won the European Cup. We've seen some incredible teams, man. Absolutely fantastic. 75, says Benny. Maguire, Upamecano and Bailly/Twanzebe as backup is decent. What happens to Lindelof? What happens to Lindelof? Let us know in them comments. Is Lindelof going to get replaced at United? I can't see him leaving. Cannot see him leaving. Bloody hell, has a jumbo jet just gone past the house? Think it bloody has. Amazing how much people's opinions has changed the past few months. Addition of Fernandes has transformed the squad. Some pundits said we needed 7-8 signings. I think we need 4 to be contenders, says Darcy. Yeah, it's a little bit of confidence can change everything. And I think it's been the improvement in other players as well. We also added Igalo, which has probably brought a little bit more out of Martial, who I thought actually had a good season. I think people have been harsh on him in January. He had a bad month. But you know, he's brought a little bit more out of himself since Igalo's come. Igalo's added goals. Mata had some form, looked good linking up with Bruno. You know, the defence started to settle. We were keeping clean sheets. So the confidence was there for a reason, and we were bringing players back from injury just at the wrong time. We kind of, got stuck in our tracks, but happened to everyone, I suppose. And hopefully we can take that confidence into whenever football returns. And we got to think whenever football does return, we're going to have Rashford back. We're going to have Pogba back. There's no Euros this summer. Hopefully Pogba doesn't leave in the transfer window. We sign a few more players. If we sign Sancho, bloody hell, we've got a team on our hands, and especially going forward. Especially going forward. Is Gomez going to stay? Well, the reports recently are that he is going to stay and he's close to signing a new deal. And he's been involved in a lot more media work for United, which kind of hints at that. Maybe they're waiting for all this uncertainty to be over to announce it, because they might not think, ethically or morally, I don't know if you can look at it that way, that announcing a multi-million-pound contract for a player during this period is probably not the right thing to do. But the rumours and the reports are positive that he's going to stay. You can only hope that's true. I'd love Angel Gomez to stay at United. We can't be letting go these guys. We cannot be letting them go at all. Make sure you're hitting that like button, guys. Make sure you're subscribing as well. We're very, very close to 70,000 now. We're about 800 away from 70,000. So get hitting that subscribe button. Get liking, get commenting, get sharing, get joining. Keeping it locked in here. Favourite wrestling move has to be the Stone Cold Stunner. But from a personal level, we always used to do the sweet chin music at school. Actually connect with people. I remember I chokeslammed someone once, because I was like one of the tallest at school. Did that. Swanton bombs, I nearly broke my neck doing them. There's a lot of good moves, man. I remember putting sweatbands on my elbows and taking them off and doing the people's elbow. God. That was just yesterday. Am I into any other sports? My second sport, I'd have to say, is boxing. I don't mind occasionally watching the elite tennis matches. Don't mind watching UFC MMA for entertainment. F1's alright. I've been to a few F1 races. But yeah, I'm a bit flexible, but boxing's my main second sport after football. Who do you reckon should get loans from the under-23s and 18s squad? Says Zani. And imagine from the 18s, probably no one would really get loaned out yet. They'd just progress up to the 23s, and then maybe a few of the 23s will get loaned out. Be interesting to see what happens with James Garner and Dylan Levitt. Ethan Laird as well. He's had a few injury issues which have halted his first team game time, because I'm sure he would have got a bit more games than he did. He made 2 appearances in the Europa League. He might have got that opportunity that Brandon Williams got. So there's a few players that do need first team football, but will they be kept in the mix until December, January, assuming the season starts as normal in August, September? It's difficult to say. It's difficult to say. You could imagine there'll be a lot of clubs, maybe in the Championship, in the Premier League, just in the bottom half, that are sniffing around looking for loan deals. That are looking to get loan deals because they can't afford signings. You're hearing about Arsenal potentially, putting down their wages of all their players by 12.5% or something like that. That's not a mad amount, but some players are going to be pissed off with that. The Stone Cold Stunner for days. Who's my favourite hip hop artist? I love loads of hip hop artists. Cress's is Rakim. Rakim's a legend. I got loads. I listen to so much different eras of hip hop. Did you listen to Preem's and RZA's clash the other day on Instagram? That was sick. Obviously, Tupac, Nas, Mobb Deep, Biggie. Listen to all them. Did I miss something, or is Igalo getting a contract, says Lauren. Not sure what's going on with Igalo's contract. He was obviously speaking recently to somebody. I'm not sure who he was speaking with, but the quotes were everywhere where he was saying there was no offer yet from Manchester United. Now, You'd like to think United would probably make an offer for him. Which strikers are we going to sign? I can't see us spending 150, 200 million on Harry Kane, especially if we're going to sign Jadon Sancho. I can't see us bringing in a big signing. You look at a mid-level striker, someone of the level of, say, an Igalo that we could bring in, and I don't really see it out there. So I'd go for keeping Igalo, but we still don't know. We still don't know. Big L. Yeah, Preem dropped some Big L on the Instagram live. That was mad. Who's my favourite heavyweight boxer of all time? Adam? Mike Tyson. Ja Rule is not the best. There's a lot of classic names in there. Ghostface Killer. Jamie Eason's in the house. How you doing, Jamie? You reckon we could sign Aubameyang? Well, with the talk of Arsenal at the minute, you never know, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't go all out for that. I don't think we'd do it. I don't think we'd do it. We have Twanzebe and Bailly. No need for a new central defender. Ollie is a clever guy. Upamecano rumours are nonsense, says Sabir. And that's very possibly the case. Everyone's bored at the minute. No one's got any stories. So, you know, they're going to be looking to make stuff up. And especially when a player's got a release clause, you can almost make interest up. United might have scouted him. We'd be daft not to have. Scott Storch did one. Scott Storch had some classics back in the day. Remember he went bankrupt and stuff. How's he doing now? Immortal Technique. That's a shout. That's a shout. Kanye. I don't like Kanye anymore. Kanye is probably fake now. And I don't like Kanye Kardashian era. But you can't deny the greatness that he's produced over the years. And his early work. Crest thinks Aubameyang's too old now. My favourite Kanye album, Late Registration or College Dropout, one of them. One of them. Crack Music's one of my favourite Kanye tracks. Never Let Me Down's another one. DMX, oi, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, that album. I played that album so much. You man are getting me reminiscing. Has someone uploaded the Premium RZA battle on YouTube? Yeah, I need to watch that back. Sancho, Grealish, Upamecano and Kane. Bruh, says Turf. That would be a solid window, but it's about 400 million of a window and it's not going to happen. We don't sign Sancho and Kane. We buy one of them. I don't think we get Kane anyway. I'm not saying it's unrealistic. You know, he's a Spurs player at the end of the day. You know, a lot more surprising things have happened than United signing a Spurs player. But do I think we're going to sign him? Probably not. Probably not. Ali, of course, Ali is a legend. Of course, he's a legend. Nas, of course. Upamecano, 50 mil now or 100 million plus in a few years. That's a good point as well. And depending on where he goes, he's probably not even available in a few years. If he goes to Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, very unlikely they let him go in a few seasons. They don't do that, you get me? They don't do that. Yes, Besh, how's it going, mate? Over wages for the player that has a few years in him. I just don't see what's the point in bringing... He's a good striker, don't get me wrong, one of the best in the Premier League. I don't think he's better than Kane. I don't think he's better than Aguero. Steve thought he was better than Kane. Or, not better than Kane, but he thought he'd fit into our system better than Harry Kane. And you can check that out on the show that we did yesterday. The House and McKola Pod to Nowhere, which is up now. So yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in to AdamMcKola TV. I've appreciated every single last one of you joining us. Remember, we're going to be live again at 12 o'clock Tuesday, BST. So that's UK time, 12 o'clock. United Daily Live will return to that time. But make sure you're keeping it locked. You're liking, you're commenting, sharing, you're subscribing. If you have joined, the new premium video will be up tomorrow. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that. Get your notifications on and check the community section and check the Discord as well. Thank you to those that have joined us already. And guys, thank you to you for watching us. Make sure you hit that like button, you comment, share and subscribe. And for now, guys, I have been AdamMcKola. You lot have been absolute legends. Get your comments in below on whether you think Dayot Upamecano will come to Manchester United. And for now, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.